Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today's lecture is on a very important topic in oral pathology, that is liposarcoma. So liposarcoma is a malignancy of the fat cells, and Virchow first described liposarcoma in the year 1860. The most recent WHO classification of soft tissue tumors recognizes 5 categories of liposarcoma. These 5 include the well-differentiated liposarcoma, the dedifferentiated liposarcoma, the myxoid variant, round cell variant, and the pleomorphic variant. And in rare circumstances, lesions have a combination of these all types, and the lesion is then classified as a combined type or a mixed type. Now, the etiopathogenesis. No well-established causative factor has been identified, although trauma has been implicated. The development of liposarcoma from a pre-existing benign lipoma is a rare entity. Most of the cases arise de novo, and liposarcoma most frequently arises from the deep-seated connective tissues stroma rather than the submucosal or subcutaneous fat. So deep-seated connective tissue stroma gives rise to liposarcoma. Now the clinical features. Liposarcoma is the most common soft tissue sarcoma, accounting for about 17% of the soft tissue sarcomas, with an annual incidence of 2.5 cases per million of the population, and 3% of all liposarcomas occur in the head and neck region. Now, the males are affected more than the females, and the oral involvement is rare. The most common intraoral sites which are affected are the tongue, submandibular area, cheek, then the floor of mouth, soft palate, but the tongue is most commonly involved. Liposarcoma is a slow-growing lesion, and it is painless, non-ulcerated, and appears as a submucosal mass of size 0.6 to 8 cm. Now here you can see the clinical picture of liposarcoma involving the cheek. Now the histologic features. The recognition of the lipoblast cell is the key finding in the diagnosis of liposarcoma. A lipoblast has the ability to produce and accumulate non-membrane bound lipid within its cytoplasm. Now, the well-differentiated kind of liposarcoma usually contains a predominance of mature fat cells and very few scattered lipoblasts. Now, there is a sclerosing type of well-differentiated liposarcoma in which collagen fibrils may be seen that encircle the lipid cells and the lipoblast. So here is the histologic picture of well-differentiated liposarcoma, in which you can see mature adipocytes. Here you can see the mature adipocytes of varying size and fibrous septae. These are the fibrous septae containing hypochromatic stromal cells. Now the myxoid liposarcoma is the most common type. Is diagnosed by the observation of a delicate plexiform pattern of the capillary network, and this delicate plexiform pattern of the capillaries is also called as the chicken wire pattern. Now the stroma contains large proportion of myxoid ground substance which is rich in hyaluronic acid, and also there may be both primitive spindle cells as well as lipoblast cells seen in myxoid liposarcoma. The stroma, as I have discussed, is made up of myxoid ground substance rich in hyaluronic acid, and it shows microcyst formation. So here you can see myxoid liposarcoma, in which there may be microcyst formation, the myxoid stroma, and the adipocytes. The round cell type of liposarcoma contains sheets of round cells, and in between these sheets of round cells are interspersed few lipoblasts cells. These round cells have a typical vacuolated or granular cytoplasm. So here you can see sheets of round cells seen in round cell liposarcoma. Then comes the pleomorphic liposarcoma, which has extreme cellularity and it contains multivacuolated lipoblasts, atypical stromal cells with mitotic figures, and also giant cells may be seen. The lesional cells of pleomorphic liposarcoma are polygonal or stellate shaped with pale cytoplasm and poor cell boundaries. Areas of hemorrhage or necrosis may be seen. So here you can see pleomorphic liposarcoma having mixed cellularity and cells with pale eosinophilic cytoplasm, and also these bizarre appearance of the stromal pattern is seen. Now the liposarcoma occurring in the head and neck region is mostly of myxoid variants. So this is an MCQ question here. In the head and neck region, mostly the myxoid variant of liposarcoma is common. Now the staining pattern, also on the staining pattern of liposarcoma you can get many questions. Now the stains for lipid are often useful in the diagnosis of liposarcoma, but this material may be scarce and is sometimes produced by unrelated mesenchymal and epithelial neoplasm. Now the mucinous matrix when present in the liposarcoma will stain with Alcian blue, toluidine blue and chrysal violet. Now this mucinous matrix is weakly positive for Myers mucicarmine stain. The intracellular glycogen present is diastase sensitive and PAS positive. This intracellular glycogen may be present in the lesional cells. Also, the adipocytes and the lipoblasts are vimentin positive and S100 positive. So remember all these special stains used in liposarcoma. Now the treatment and prognosis is wide local excision. Radiotherapy may be used to control the local recurrence and lessen the risk of metastasis. So here we complete with the discussion on liposarcoma. In your oral pathology exam, you should remember this tumor in detail. The next lecture will be on hemangioendothelioma, which is again an important topic. That's all for now. Happy studying.